Charlie.
Hi, good evening. Hugh, how are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm good too. Okay, so you're not busy now?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're not busy now, let's move on with our lesson now. Okay, so we are going to continue our lesson. It's all about world's
Yes.
problem, right?
Yeah. Wait. You.
Yes. So we already mentioned or we already tackled yesterday or no, the other day all about the words that we can be able to understand in studying world's problems. And what are those words again?
Yes. Corruption.
Corruption.
Recurring.
Yes, that's correct.
For fast fuel.
Fossil fuel again.
Fossil fuel. Yeah.
That's correct. Then we have also
Greedy.
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 Yes,
Yeah.
we have also
Terrorism.
terrorism. And the last but not the least, we have
Poverty.
poverty. Okay, now this time, and we already studied also the idioms such as, or the idiom like better late than
Never.
never. Okay, and then we also study the structure that is subject plus the use of may, might as well, plus a object of the sentence. So
Yeah.
we also identified what's the use or what are the differences between the use of the may and the use of the might. Okay? Now, this time, we are going to. Have we able to answer this one already last time? Not
Not
yet,
yet.
right? Okay, so we are going to. Okay, watch a video all about this one. Okay, just for a while, I have to. Okay, so video. So where is the video? Okay, just for a while, you. It's here. So what am I going to do with this? Okay. It's there and there. Okay. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait for a while. Okay, so let's try to watch the video you.
Yeah.
Hi, today I'm talking to people about what's happening in the world and issues that concern them. What do you think are the biggest challenges facing the world today?
I think one of the biggest challenges facing the world today would be world or global poverty.
The economy and I guess the environment is the main ones that I would say.
There's loads. So poverty, global warming. I think anything that ultimately is driven by profit, probably.
I think our environmental impact is a big social issue that is facing the world at the moment, and I'm not sure that it's high enough on the agenda with politicians and globally, and it's something that we should be addressing before it's too late.
Apart from poverty, I'd say food.
I think sort of environmental pollution, terrorism's a problem, and the economy is pretty bad right now, so that's that problem too.
I would have to say maybe greed. Um, Everyone seems to want more and more and more and never satisfied, which oftentimes leads to corruption and for the have nots to have even less. So I think that's a big reoccurring problem today.
Well, probably one of them is energy. I think possibly nations should try and discover some sort of alternative fuel, as the fossil fuels will be running out in approximately 50 years' time.
If you could do one thing to change the world, what would it be?
Probably rectify global poverty. Eh?
stop all the wars, make everybody live in peace, in harmony.
If people chat more, then I'll be able to understand their viewpoint. Hopefully they'll understand my viewpoint. Hopefully less conflict, whether it's over poverty, whether it's over global warming, whether it's over any other physical conflict as well. So people need to chat more.
I would like to see more women in power. I'd like to see more women prime ministers because for some reason I think that they would have a more nurturing response to things and perhaps have better ways of dealing with all sorts of world issues such as war.
Wind farms. Um, we've got lots of wind in this country and in places like Denmark. So we could use that as a possible source of fuel.
We need to get more countries agreeing with each other because I think eventually the world's going to run out of natural resources. And we have to get together to sort it out.
Sort of giving food, medicine, or education to the world's poor, I think that would be a good idea.
I don't know, kind of have everybody live in each other's shoes sometimes. I think sometimes we kind of are quick to judge and not always know what other people are going through. So that would be a good little thing to have, to be able to switch the roles sometimes. It's not always easier on the other side.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's done. So let's move on. Okay, wait. So let's try to answer this one now, you. Okay, so today I'm talking to people about what's happening in the world and what do you think?
Challenging.
Again?
Challenging, what?
Okay. So let's try to listen again. Or let's try to watch them again, okay? Okay, so blank that blank them. What do you think are the biggest blank facing the world today? So, okay, let's try to watch the video again or the video again. So the world. Okay, for a moment. Okay.
Hi. Today I'm talking to people about what's happening in the world and issues that concern them. What do you think are the biggest challenges facing the world today?
I think one of the biggest challenges facing the world
Yes.
today.
Okay, we
would
got
be
that already,
world
okay?
global poverty.
So, what's the correct
Today
answer?
I'm talking to people about what's happening in the world and
Yes.
issues that concern them.
Okay, so what's happening in the world and issues?
Issues that concern them.
Yes, issues. Okay, issues
That concerns them.
okay, that cost them.
Concern. Yeah.
Yes, so that costs them. Okay, what do you think are the biggest,
Challenging, facing
okay, challenges? Okay,
challenges.
biggest challenges, okay, facing the world today. Okay, so we got that one already. So that means if we are talking about this one, what does it mean in this particular? It's very important to understand, right? That's why the girl in there or the woman there, which is also maybe she is the what is one the what is one the people who wanted to talk about or interviewer, okay, she's the one who's going to interview people of what's happening in the world. Okay? So it's very important to understand the issues. So issues can be what? Can also be a problem, can also
Yeah.
be a challenges. And
Yeah.
in that particular issues and challenges that the world are facing today, there would be causes. That's why in that certain interview of that particular woman, or maybe we can say the anchor woman there, okay, because she interviewed 8 people, 8 person, with regards to the world's problem or biggest challenges that we are facing in the world. Why? Because we are in the world's problem. So it's very important for us to know all of those. So we are not just going to sit down and just listen, because we are, that concerns us, citizens
Mhm.
of the world. Okay,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
problem is not just your problem. Okay,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
problem in your country can also be a problem in our country, can also
Mhm.
be a problem in the United States. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's around the world, that it involves not just only one country, but maybe the whole universe. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
let's try to move on in here. Look at this one. Okay, so number one who has been interviewed was, okay, just for a while. Okay, was Michael. Okay, and then after that, Bridget, and then after that, Joe,
Joe.
and then Rosie, Eddie, Hannah, Dawn, and Malcolm. So how many of them? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 of them. So
Yeah.
question would be, what do you think would be the responses with the speakers?
Yeah.
Number one, or letter A, Michael said economy. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's economy. Now, what about Bridget?
Which is she talk about mm, I think is the
Letter B. Bridget is all about, okay. So she speaks about environment. Okay?
environment.
She was able to mention about economy, okay, and environment. So the environment. So that would be letter B, Bridget. Okay?
Uh, yeah.
Next. What about, okay. So poverty, oh sorry, poverty has been mentioned. That would be mentioned by, sorry, it's not economy. So number two,
Poverty
it's
is
poverty.
yeah.
Yes, it was mentioned by
Yes.
Michael. Okay,
First,
next.
uh, uh, yes, talking about
Okay, yes. Next. What about Joe?
Joe.
Yes,
Joe.
letter C. He mentioned about,
Uh, Joe's mentioned about global warming
is it global warming?
11.
Okay,
Yeah.
next.
And
So this one is
Rosie.
letter
Yeah.
C.
Yeah. And Rosie.
Okay, what about Rosie?
Rosie speak about uh, food.
Okay, actually, Rosie
Rosie.
speaks about environmental impact,
Oh, really?
right?
Yeah, yeah, environmental impact. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, environmental impact. So she was able to mention about environmental impact, and that would be letter D. Next.
And uh, Eddie as he talk.
Or
He
wait,
talk.
wait. So it should be here, right? Okay. And then global warming is
Global
it's
warming.
here, okay? It was mentioned by Joe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
By sure.
Then Rosie is all about environmental impact. Next.
And
What
Eddie
about
speak about food.
yes, so Eddie speaks about food. That's correct. So that would be letter E. Next. What else?
Hannah, she speak about uh,
Pollution, right?
corruption. Yeah,
Uh,
corruption.
uh, she speaks about pollution, environmental pollution, or
Pollution.
corruption.
Yeah, environmental pollution.
Yeah, okay. She
The
speaks
end.
about environmental pollution, and that
Yeah.
would be, okay, Hannah. So letter F. Next.
Now, she speak about greed.
Okay. So
Number 5.
number 7. Yes, it speaks about greediness, right?
Yeah,
Am I
greedy.
right? Okay, so that would be letter G.
G. Yeah.
Okay, next. And after
And
that,
Malcolm
Malcolm speaks about,
speak about energy.
yeah, that's correct. So speaks about energy. Okay.
Yeah,
And
fossil
then
fuel.
who said about corruption?
Corruption.
Still Hannah, right?
No,
Oh,
now.
Dawn. Oh, yeah, Dawn. Okay, so that would be letter H.
Yeah.
Letter H. Okay, just for a while. So that is corruption. What about the economy?
Economy. 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 Uh, I don't remember.
Okay, lack of fossil fuels. It was mentioned by,
By Malcolm.
yeah, that would be letter H. That's correct. Okay, and then terrorism. It was mentioned about by
Terror.
Rosie, right? Letter D. That would be Rosie.
Mhm.
Okay, and the last but not the least, corruption. It was mentioned by Bridget,
Uh,
I think, right?
yeah.
Corruption, no. Corruption is letter H.
Corruption is down. Yeah. Sorry, I
Wait,
mistake.
wait. Yeah. Corruption is,
Corruption still down. Her
uh-huh.
talk about her speak about greedy and corruption.
Okay, letter G. Is it Dawn?
Yeah, done.
Okay, so not H, not Malcolm, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Malcolm
So,
speak about fossil fuel.
yeah, fossil fuel. So that would be Malcolm and energy. Okay, because there would be relationship with that. What about the economy?
Economy. Economy. Honor.
Okay, it's Hannah. Yeah. So that would be H. Okay. Okay, that would be it.
Okay.
So, these are all examples of challenges and problems. Okay? So we are facing the following
Yeah.
problems when it comes to our environment. Okay, we had mentioned that one, poverty, lack of fossil fuels,
Mhm.
because if you're talking about fossil fuels,
Yeah.
because you are working in an oil gas company, so therefore
Yeah.
you can be able to understand
Yeah.
fuels, right? So
Yeah.
when we are talking about fossil fuels, what do you think would be the importance of fossil fuels? Is gasoline considered a fossil fuels?
Yeah. Yeah. Gasoline
Yes.
produced from fossil
From
fuel.
yes, okay. From down there, right? So we have the
Yeah.
so-called what is one? We have the so-called um what is one? A
Mhm.
gas what's the term? So gas
Gas,
yeah,
diesel,
yeah, okay. So diesel, kerosene, so
gasoline,
those are
kerosene.
yeah, those
Yeah.
are fossil fuels. Okay? So, lack of fossil fuels of a certain country, the country will be not going to be what? Like in Saudi Arabia, actually there I don't know how true is this, huh? Because I had a lot of relatives working in Saudi Arabia, and they said that their what is one? Their electricity is free. They're not paying. They're not
Mhm.
paying electricity anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's true, right?
Mhm.
Hmm. Okay, but look at us here in the Philippines. We do have a very very big amount of electricity. So we are paying too much when it comes to the electricity.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay?
In developing country, we use a lot of fossil fuel. This
Yes.
discharge CO2 into environment.
That's correct. Okay. And it can also be transformed into electricity, right? Fossil
Yeah.
fuels can also be transformed into a form of energy, right? So a form
Yeah.
of energy, like what are those energies that we have? We have the
Mhm.
so-called hydro,
Yeah.
electric, yeah. So hydropower, electricity. So we have that
Oh,
one. Okay.
yeah. Uh,
Water can also be a good source of electricity also if you have a good source of water. Okay, so you can be
yeah.
able to transform that one into an energy, but the best energy is made from the fossil fuels such as
Yeah.
gasoline.
In
Okay.
the future, we have to change to recycle energy.
Yeah, that's correct.
So
Okay.
solar, yeah, the wind
Yes,
energy,
wind
solar
wind
energy.
energy, solar energy, right? Right now, solar energy is very, very famous, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, a lot of people also here in the Philippines are now what is one? Going to have the so-called solar energy. So they buy a panel and they will just going to put that one on top of their houses, and then you can create now an electricity out of that solar panel. But of course it costs also
just
much
higher,
amount of money, right?
higher
Because of
than we use
urgency.
fuel.
Yeah, because that would be in demand in the market. That's why they are going to price that one also higher. Okay, because that would be in demand. And people keeps on buying that one because that is very necessary, right? It's necessity. So it's
Yeah,
very important. Okay? Even though it's going to be very very expensive, but still they keep on buying that Because it's necessity. Okay,
Yeah.
instead of paying very high amount of electricity in your electric bills,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So these are problems.
Yeah.
Greediness. So greediness, that means
That mean
you're not
they
contented.
want more and more.
Yes, you want more and more. Terrorism can also be a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Although it was already been eliminated, but before, okay, terrorist attack is also very famous, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then also food is one of the problem maybe that we
Yeah.
are facing, especially in Africa.
Yeah.
Okay, so African people needs food.
Yeah.
Then
A lot of
corruption, of
hungry.
course, our economy,
Yeah.
energy
And
also,
yeah.
environmental pollution,
Yeah.
and global warming.
Yeah.
Okay? Because of so many plastics nowadays we are throwing everywhere, so that would also affect our global
Big amount of
warming.
CO2 discharge to
Yes,
yeah.
that's correct. Now, the world soon will become very hot if we will not going to do something about global warming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And our environmental impact. So it's all about environment also.
Yeah.
Okay. You?
Okay.
So do you have any questions with this? Actually,
And
these are all problems. Again,
yeah.
not just
Yeah.
facing by Filipinos, but
Mm.
not just also by Vietnamese, but all
Mm.
throughout the world.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm.
Okay. Now, so listen again and number the answers in order you hear them. So
Yeah.
can we listen again?
Yeah. Okay.
Or can you answer them now?
That sounds the
Solve the
problem
problem of global poverty. That would be one. It was mentioned by,
by
okay, okay, by the first person, letter
as
A,
the person. My
Michael, right? Okay. And then
yeah.
wind farms, it was mentioned by,
Wind farm mentioned by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth person. One,
okay,
three.
so two, four, it's Eddie, right?
Eddie. Yeah.
Okay. So this one is number five, right?
Five. Yeah.
Okay, so fifth. Okay. Next.
And um change place with the other people.
Changes. Yeah,
Changes changes
change
place
places with other people. It was mentioned by,
um, by mm, person number two.
okay. So that would be
This
Bridget.
yeah,
Is that Bridget?
I think so. Bridget or Hannah.
Yeah, actually, it was mentioned by Hannah. Okay. So
Yeah.
Hannah is one, two, three, four, five, six.
Yeah.
Sixth.
Six.
Yeah. So that would be six.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Stop all the world
Stop all the wars. It was mentioned by,
by Bridget
okay, Bridget. And that is number
number two.
two. Okay. Save natural resources mentioned by,
Uh, by number 4.
That that would be
Number
Rosie
Rosie, yeah.
or Eddie. It was
Rosie.
Rosie, right?
Yeah, maybe it's the Rosie.
Or Joe. No, Joe is actually
No, no, no.
poverty. Yeah. So it's Eddie, I guess, right? It's Eddie, right? Save the natural resources.
Yeah, yeah, Eddie.
Yeah, because oh no, number 5, poverty, food, some yeah, sources of fuel. So that would be number 5. Number 5. So that was mentioned by Eddie.
Yeah, yeah.
Next, help the poor.
Help the poor, help the poor. Um, um, 8, 7.
I think number 6, it was mentioned by
Yeah, number 6.
Hannah.
Hannah, yeah.
Yes, it was mentioned by Hannah.
Mhm. Talk to each other.
Okay. And then after that, talk to each other. Who said number 3? That would be Joe, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yo.
talk to each other. So that would be number 3. And last but not the least, more women prime ministers. It was mentioned by number 4. And
Number
that
4.
would be Rosie, right?
Rosie is the
Yeah.
mention about environmental impact too. Yeah.
Yes, okay. And also women empowerment.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Yeah.
that would be it to you. Okay? So we have to end up our lesson with this one, and we will just going to continue this one tomorrow
Okay.
again. Okay? So that would
Okay.
be 16, and we will be going to continue on the 17. Okay? Do you have any
Okay.
questions so far, you?
There's no
No
more.
more.
Thank you.
Okay. So thank you so much for your time. See you again
Thank
by
you.
tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Oh.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.